before.
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Okay, we're back. So that music, okay, first of all, the polar bear thing was fantastic, and then we had that really, actually, I somehow that music, Tamara, really was doing it for me. It was had some kind of weird
Doing
effect.
what for you?
Well, it was helping me to integrate.
You hang on.
No, yeah, I know you're going to call me on that, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
No, it was, it just felt good.
Yeah.
That's all I could say.
How can you argue with feeling good?
Yeah, you can't, and that's how. We'll get into it.
And that's what autoeroticism's all about, feeling good. I like to tie in the subject matters.
You know a lot about this stuff, Marla.
Well, you know, you practice what you preach.
Marla, that's Tamara.
Yeah.
Marla, by the way, Marla sent me an email and she said, "I'll see you tomorrow." That's what you said in the
That's
email.
correct.
Did you know that? Were you making a reference to tomorrow?
No, I didn't even know.
That's what you said.
But
so
I
it's
like
a
to do
weird
those things.
synchronicity tomorrow. What do you think about that?
I've lived with that all my life.
The
People playing games with my name. It was hard enough growing up in an Anglo-Saxon community in South Africa with a name like Tamara. Joan or Mary or, those names were the common name. I had a very uncommon name.
That's weird. I had the same thing with Hugh.
Well, I had the same thing with Marla.
Did you really?
Where
Yeah.
are you going,
Maybe everybody who doesn't have like a totally normal name goes through that kind
I
of
don't
stuff.
know what normal is.
Like John, Dave.
Well, I used to be able to try to
Happy.
find a mug with my name on it, but I couldn't and still
Right.
cannot.
And remember the little license plates for your bike?
Those little license plates for the bikes. No,
I could never
Marla.
get a Hugh.
No, they
Tamara
probably have
couldn't
you
get
now.
Did you get a license plate for your bike when you were a kid?
No, nobody thought of these North American sort of cutesy things. In my day, you were happy to have the bike and you went.
Right.
Doesn't matter if your name is on it or not.
Yeah.
You knew whose bike it was.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of names, the Pope has started to complain that not enough people are naming their children after biblical figures.
Really?
So he would like more of Mary, Joseph, not Tiffany, and not,
Well, Tamara's in the Bible, and I
There you
had
go.
to
It
tell
is?
you. Oh yeah, she
Where?
was quite a.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't.
it's a wonderful story.
Well, tell us. Well, yeah.
Tamar was married to a man who was the first son of, he was the first son in the family. There were two brothers. And she knew that through this lineage would come the Messiah. And her husband died. And in those times, if you had a single brother, then you married the brother. So she was married to the brother, and they were both rotters.
The brothers?
Both brothers were rotters, absolute rotters. And she married the second brother, and he died, or he was killed. And she knew that for the Messiah to come, she had to carry the seed for the Messiah. So she went and enticed the father. She dressed herself up and, unrecognizable, and she seduced him. And she said, "Now pay me." And he said, "Oh, I don't have any money with me." She says, "You see that staff that you're carrying? You give that to me, and when you bring the money, I will return it to you." He goes back, he gets the money, comes back, she's disappeared. And a few months later, when he discovers that his daughter-in-law, the widow of both of his sons, is now pregnant, he's infuriated. And he's arranging to have her stoned and demanding from her to find out who the father is. And she takes out the staff and she said, "The owner of the staff." And so she was not stoned. And that's the story.
No.
She produced twin sons who apparently were wonderful, and I don't remember who they were, but that's the story.
And that was Tamara.
That was Tamar.
And what was the father's name? Was it Lot by any chance?
No.
Okay.
We just got a lot of things to carry on with today.
Well, let's
so
get into them
yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because we had Stella on the show yesterday as
yeah.
co-host. She keeps talking about the rebirthing that she had with you, right?
Oh, good. I didn't know that she was going to be on. I would have tuned in.
Well, she's on every Wednesday. But
Okay.
So-
I'm glad she was able to talk
yeah,
about.
she talks about it. It seems to have done her some good. Which, of course, it would, right, Tamara?
I don't know anybody that it hasn't done. And either they're aware of it or they're
Leave
not
me out
aware of it
this.
yet.
Don't put your
Marla's
finger
probably
up.
wondering what the heck we're talking about. She
No,
doesn't
but-
even know it.
Well, I have heard Tamara before,
Well,
so
we've spoken
yeah,
before.
we've spoken before. But
But
tell us more.
But the point is that, I can talk about rebirthing till I'm blue in the face and breath therapy. But until you've experienced it, you don't know what it is. It's like a strawberry. You talk to somebody about the shape of it and the smell of it and the feel of it. But until you've put that strawberry in your mouth, you don't know what a strawberry really is. And that's the same with rebirthing breathwork. So what I've prepared for the year this year, I've really prepared quite a big program, is I've prepared talks so that people can come and talk about, we can hear about it. And then every month I have opened up to the general public something called Just Breathe Toronto, which is a couple of hours of breathing on the the last Tuesday of every month. So the first one is coming up this Tuesday. I believe that's the 25th of January. And it's going to be at the Toronto Healing Arts Centre at 717 Bloor Street West. And everybody is welcome to come. It would be a good idea to phone and register. But it's just about breathing. Yes.
Okay. How many people can you take at that venue? How many people can you have?
Until it's full.
Okay.
But how?
Yeah.
How many can the room accommodate?
Yes.
Probably about 12.
Okay, great.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's going to be a very
It's always
very
intimate
small.
Yeah.
event.
Anything more than about 14, 15, then I have an assistant.
Right.
But I can handle that number.
And what?
Blank.
Did you lose it,
Yes.
Marla?
What do you bring
Yes.
with
Okay, well, I
you?
got
What
one.
do you...
Why would you want to breathe? Marla's probably thinking to herself. Is that the question? Why does anyone want to breathe?
No, that was your question.
Oh, what
No.
is the cross street on Bloor? I
It's
like
at-
to know locations.
It's at Christie.
Yeah.
It's on the
Oh, okay.
south side of Bloor
You-
at
you
Christie.
obviously
I know
know
the
it.
place.
Yeah,
Oh,
you know
okay.
the place.
It's like an old house, right?
That's Dr. Ashfield's Centre.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Tamara, this breathing thing,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds simple, and people may not know that they need it, but everybody, I think, almost everybody, correct me if I'm wrong, but does almost everybody have some sort of a problem with
Well-
how they breathe?
Let's not call it a problem. There's always room for improvement. Let me give you an example. I've just come back from, a short while ago, just come back from South Africa. I was there for 4 weeks, and we were doing Just Breathe South Africa, my friend and colleague Dan Brulé and I, and I got terribly ill 2 days before we left. I mean, so much so I couldn't put my head up off the bed. And Dan came into the bedroom and he said to me, just breathe. Breathe and relax. And it really made a difference. I know it does, but when you're in the thick of it, you don't know.
You forget about it.
You do.
Don't you?
You absolutely do.
And I think I've mentioned this before, Tamara, but at certain times I've said to myself, you know what? Whatever the problem is, whatever the issues, whether it's personal or some other whatever issues that I'm dealing with, there's only one answer. Breathe.
And relax.
Okay.
Breathe and relax.
I guess you have to relax after you breathe.
Well, you're going to...
Well, that's where the 3 elements come in. The first thing is to be aware that you're not breathing, then to relax, and the third thing is to breathe. So if you become aware that something needs to be adjusted, good. You relax into it, and the breath will take you through.
Because, I find, Tamara, because, I'm trying to do this, I know I haven't had a session.
You're resisting so
And
well.
why haven't you, Hugh?
Yeah.
Why haven't you, Marla?
No, just a minute.
No,
Don't turn that
more
around.
important that you do.
Why haven't
How
I?
long have we known each other, Hugh?
Probably 4 or 5 years.
A little bit more. How long has the studio been open?
2004.
When Steve
Yeah.
was here.
Yeah, I can't remember. Like he might have been here 2004, 2005.
Right,
Certainly,
that's when I came into the studio for the first time. And then you came in. He was doing the interviewing,
Yeah.
and now it's your turn. Time to breathe.
Right.
I've got a little statement on my new newsletter. A man of 56 on his fourth session said, "I've waited 56 years to feel like this." Can't argue with that.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, that's
It's
a
very
strong
simple.
statement.
It's very simple. Another thing, I don't know if you've read the newsletter, and anybody who would like to get a copy of my newsletter, please email me. I will shoot it off to you. It has my whole calendar of events for the year. It's Breathe, BREATHE, at tamarapenn.com. TAMARAPENN.com. And I will send you, it's a 4-page newsletter mapping out all the things that are going to be done from my office this year. Seminars, workshops, talks, breathing sessions, Bach flower remedy workshop. There's another topic for you, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I just want to tell you about the breathing thing with me, because I'm really concentrating on it. I know I need it. I need to breathe better, right?
Okay.
And what I do, I catch myself.
Good.
I catch myself going, "Hey, I'm not breathing," and it's like I'm probably not breathing most of the time.
90% of the people that I speak to come to me and confidentially say to me, "Do you know I'm a shallow breather?" Most people are. I mean, I'm sitting here right now, shallow breathing, having to be really clear that I need to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
It is a way of expressing stress. This is a lovely example. If you go into the wilds of Africa and you see an animal trying to hide from a predator, you can't hear the breath. They've slowed it down so much. It's so shallow. And the predator is also not breathing much because they don't want to be heard. They're waiting to take that charge. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so why are you breathing so shallowly?
I'm not. I'm concentrating on my breathing right now.
Okay.
So I took a deep
spoke.
breath, and now I'm holding it, and I'm trying to let the oxygen get into my system. But I'm also have to talk and stuff.
Go
right?
for it.
Because it's a radio show, TV.
But do you know that when you hear your breathing mechanism,
Yeah.
you'll have so much more energy for everything else?
When you hear your breathing.
Heal.
Heal.
I speak funny.
Okay, heal.
Heal.
Sure.
Yeah, heal. Most of our breathing mechanisms are damaged. It's not a conscious thing,
Why do they get damaged?
They can get damaged from birth. They can get damaged when you have an accident, with some negative thinking, with some stress. The body learns to hold on to the breath. It's just one of the things that happens. And so that the same as stress is cumulative, stress reduction or relaxation is also cumulative.
Mm-hmm.
So, when are you going to book the appointment?
She's nailed you.
Okay, tomorrow. I'll book an appointment.
What's okay? You think you're going to do it yourself?
No. Well, what I find is I'm not doing it myself. I'm finding that despite my efforts, now maybe I'm getting a little more conscious about it, a little bit more.
Good.
But still,
Consciousness is good.
I know because I'm catching myself so often
Okay.
that I'm not
So what's
breathing.
your worst fear about it?
About what?
About doing
booking
a
the
rebirthing
appointment.
session?
Well, I don't have any fear about it.
Yes, you do.
No.
If you didn't, you'd be there having a session.
I'll do it. I don't have any problem.
Set a date.
Right now?
I'll nail you. Absolutely.
What do I have to do? Come to your place?
Yeah.
Or where do I go?
Yeah.
Where do you...
I'm not going to mention it on the...
No, I mean, what part of town?
Sinclair and Bathurst.